Welcome to Rangers Radio.
What a goal by Steely, followed that up, and whoop, in it goes.
Why not give the show a call on 01413561972.
Rangers open the scoring, after Tawdry, 12 minutes of the match remaining. What a sneak. A stunner from Kenny Miller, rifles it into the roof of the net.
Or send Fox a friend request on Skype at RangersRadio.online.
He's gone into the middle, McSwegan's in there too. Will he come for McSwegan? There's his header, and he scores! What a substitution! Running inside, is he going to let flies in? He scores! Good ball! Scores for Rangers!
Nacho Lobo with one kick of the ball to take Rangers to Manchester. Rangers are coming! The Scots are heading for Manchester, and you know what? Manchester may not be big enough.
Remember, it's all about the Rangers.
Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel this evening is the one and only Bridgeman. And Big Ulster. How are we doing, gentlemen? And Bridge.
Oh, doing very well. Fox, mate. Hope you're keeping good.
And Bridge. Can I just say a
Do you
big
get your
good evening?
radiators? Do you get your radiators?
The guy was up tonight there, and he said he's sorted everything. He put a new thermostat on. It sounds like a radiator in a car, doesn't it? You need the thermostat fixed. But he did the business, and hopefully it'll be okay. And the wife says she thinks it's all right. So
That's it then. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Exactly. Well, you can't. It's when she complains. That's when you've got to act, isn't it?
Was it the one you dried your pants on?
No. It's the one in the living room, you know. It's needed. It's the one that's needed. The one we drive our pants on doesn't matter. Can I just say a big good evening to the guys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans all over the world listening into the Rangers radio station. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
You sounded very upbeat, Bridge.
I'm very, very upbeat.
How are we doing, Ulster?
I'm doing a lot better now that we know Bridge is sorted and the heat's getting in the house now. It's good. Good news.
Oh, you're a kind man saying that. You're a kind man. There's a lot of other guys where it just says, away you go, you idiot, or words to that effect, you know.
Put a lump of coal on the fire, Bridge.
That's the truth, boy. That's the truth. What can you say, you know?
Well,
I did a good job.
Obviously a slow news day with everything that's happening at the club. It's international break, and we talked about a few subjects last night. But we're going to look particularly at the Legends game that's coming up, Bridge. Mm-hmm. And it leads us into other stuff again. And I don't know about you, but I think, again, the great idea. I don't know about the timing because I don't know if the weather's going to be brilliant. That's the gamble you make for people. You know, they might go to if you like, a proper match, but maybe not a charity match when the winter's still on, if that makes any sense. Even though I think in the past we might have played Celtic one of these games around about New Year, I think, or way back. And obviously that got a good crowd, but I don't know. Just the marketing's got to be done right, you know. Don't know what your thoughts are yourself, Bridge.
I'm not that keen in these games in the middle of the season, although I admit that it's a time when, you know, there's no games on, so the fans may be hungry to get to the game. I think it's this last couple of weeks, the weather's been really, really atrocious and very cold. A Legends game, you know, sometime in June, you know, when the sun could be there and you could get in the, you know, could wear your Rangers top quite gladly and sit there and enjoy the sun and enjoy the game. I'm wondering about the weather, the choice of venue, choice of time rather, for the venue. Because Ibrox should be a cold place if it's not full, you know. It could be a cold place even when it is full. But very, very difficult, very, very difficult. But yeah, I wish them luck. I won't manage it, but I wish them luck. I was mentioning, I think a boy said something about just over 10,000 sold. Well, I think that's no bad considering the time of the year it is. But if we look back to other Legend games where there's maybe nearly a sellout for some of them, you know, it'll be a disappointment if they don't sell out.
Is it something You thought of Ulster, or would you go if it was your buy? I wouldn't expect you to travel away for that kind of match. Would they, maybe if they had a trip your buy, has it got an appetite, or do you think we've got to watch we don't play it out? Because there's a lot of charity games. I think we're playing down here Easter weekend for the down in Portchester for the wee rugby memorial fund, you know. Can you get that there?
It's probably not the best time of year, to be honest, to be playing it. And I suppose too with maybe with results as well, that everybody's going to be a bit of a downer at the minute and maybe be happy just to take 2 weeks break and just sort of gather themselves again. It's it's like the boys from over here. It'd be tough because it's right bang smack in the middle of a season, and you're paying a fortune to try and get over and book your flight. So games, I guess, doesn't really appetise for me, But if it, as Brett said there, if you were in June, July, more of a summer months, then it would entice me maybe to come over, a few of the boys, nice weather, and have a day in Scotland, watch the game, and make a day out of it. But not at this stage of the season, because I say we're forking out so much money, so it's not a good time. So it's not. I would expect that a lot of boys down south as well, down England they'll be probably the same, It's about picking their times wisely. I don't think it's a great time for it, but I wish them the best, and I hope they get as many tickets as possibly sold. And it's a great cause. So, and I hope anyone does go enjoys it.
Oh, you can't argue with what they're trying to do, mate. And there's no.
No.
There's no problem with that. I mean, the sentiment's superb. It's just whether we can improve on, again, as we talked about last night, maybe the marketing and arranging things. I mean, that's a good thing, Bridge, maybe the international break and you're plugging that hole, but the weather's a factor,
Well, I'm not being funny when I say this. Obviously, I hope the guys in the lobby understand my reason for saying it. If there's going to be a game at Ibrox during an international break, I would rather it was a Rangers team and having a friendly, just to keep everything, keep the legs going, utilise the stadium as much as possible. But it's more my idea anyway. Would be to have a friendly against a half-decent side, because I'm sure there's maybe some English teams would like a game because they'll probably be off as well. So there's opportunity to get friendlies to involve all of our players rather than sit for a fortnight. That's just my thoughts,
All right, we've got a list of the people who are playing and involved in it, and we'll go through them, and you can see whether you think legend or non-legend in your opinion and what your thoughts were and memories were. Obviously, I think Ali's running one team and Walter's running another. Am I right when I say that, Bridge? Is that the way you're seeing it?
I think so, yeah. I think that's what it is, aye.
I'd go with Walter's team, I think.
Anytime. Anytime.
How do you think they'll do it? Do you think they'll line them all the players up at the touchline and say, right, I'll have him, you'll have him?
I do them in numbers.
So, obviously, Walter and Ali, great Rangers legend, one as a manager, one as a player. Is that fair, Ulster?
Yep, I think that's fair. Yep, I think if we're looking at Ali, we'll look at him at his playing days, and obviously Walter as manager, it speaks for itself. So, as a player for Ali and as a manager for Walter, they've done a lot of good stuff for us.
Yep. Is that fair, Bridgeman?
I suppose so, yeah. Look, Ali McCoy's, I've got to say, there must be an awful lot of people like me. I just really and truly, I loved the guy to bits when he was a big star with Rangers. I even loved him to bits for taking us through the really horrible time when we went down and he stood up to a lot of people. But after a year, I'm sorry, I would rather we didn't see Ali McCoy's back at Ibrox in any capacity. That's my opinion. So, sorry if I'm so disappointing, sounds so disappointing. I just don't like Ali McCoy's being involved with Rangers in any way. That's my honest opinion.
Is that like an old girlfriend you fell out with, Bridge?
Well, I'm not dead sure if it's anything as daft as that, but you know what I mean. It's, for me, I had greatest respect for the guy and he did what he did, and he'll forever be in our memories for that. When you mention memories, But one of my memories of Ibrox with Ali McCoy was the AGM, and he stood there, proud as a dude, great. I like that. And then you find out that he's not given his votes. He's not voted his shares, and we lose a valuable a valuable vote, or party vote on the AGM because Ali didn't put his votes in. And that's, to me, that's unbelievable. He wanted his money so he can go away for Rangers, and he waited until he got it, and he held Rangers to ransom. In my opinion, look, he's got every right to do it because that's the way it is, But no, I think all the love, in my opinion, all the love for Ali McCoy seems to be slipping away, and I can't be alone. There must be quite a few Rangers fans, shall we say, not that keen on him now.
He's never away for the club in official capacity, 3.5 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as a player, you cannot argue his record. Goal scorer extraordinaire, character, big goals and big games, done it all, great record against the Celtic, records in Cup final, particularly League Cup. Was very kind to him. Manager seemed to, as soon as didn't fancy him at one point, he's seen him off with his record and his personality. So there's two sides to the Ali McCoy's coin, but as far as the player goes, he'll never be forgotten, and he did manage my club, so I think he'd need to be marked down as a legend. Let me move into some of the guys that's captain the club, starting with Barry Ferguson and Lorenzo Bridge. Thoughts on they two?
Well, Barry Ferguson, obviously, absolutely fantastic captain, and as was Lorenzo Amoruso. I had a fantastic time in my life watching both of those players captaining in Rangers. Rangers were an awesome side under both those players, really and truly. Amoruso, I loved his antics. I loved it when he scored a goal. His whole personality came out, and he did that aeroplane thing with his arms, and it was just great, just fantastic. And he was a big fella, and he fought for every ball, and I just loved that. Barry Ferguson was in your face, shouting and bawling at you, a typical midfielder, whether he was playing well or not. He was a right wee, a loudmouth guy all the way through the park, and it's about, you do it my way, and I'm telling you this and I'm telling you that. And that's the way he ran his captaincy, and it worked. I thought he was a superb player, lovely player, great running with a ball at his feet, wonderful, great shot on him. But his captaincy was probably his most important asset in my opinion.
Once again,
thought he was great. Both of them fantastic.
Mm-hmm. All right, what about you, All-Star?
Yeah, two cracking players. That was when I was starting to really, that'd have been the era for me, I suppose, because of me I was only born in 1988, so that's when I had started to really know my football and knowing the players, etc. Amoruso and Barry Ferguson were both people you looked up to as Rangers players. Turned up at the big games all the time. Never really let us down when it came to it. I know Barry Ferguson maybe the second time around didn't go just as good, but if you're looking at some of the stuff he done, I think it was fantastic. Young Scottish player and didn't look out of place. He was fantastic. He slotted into that team we had with top international players, and he made his position his own. And sometimes was a game changer and a game winner. I think it was a great advocate for any young British talent or Scottish talent. If you got a Barry Ferguson every so often from Scotland, you'd be going very, very well. Obviously, Big Ammo as well. The women loved Big Ammo, didn't they? All the women loved him. Big handsome chap.
Could you tell me why that was, Ulster?
Big handsome chap. That's the only time my mother ever wanted to watch Rangers. Big Ammo was playing.
He was a character, wasn't he? He was a big character.
Big character, and I was lucky enough to meet him actually at the Sandy Row Rangers supporters club. And I was sitting waiting, buzzing, about 3 or 4 years ago. And obviously to me, he's Big Ammo, that's what you always call, everybody calls him Big Ammo. When I seen him, I went up, shook his hand, and I was literally just about an inch taller than him, which I thought was pretty funny because I was always looking up to him, and
yeah, but it was nothing to do with his height, mate.
I know, I've heard that one.
Were you doing the comparison as well then, Ulster?
don't want to put anyone to shame, boys. But no, he was an absolute gentleman and a warrior on the pitch and an absolute gentleman off it, and I can vouch for that. What a great guy.
Yeah, it has to be said.
Oh dear. Sorry, big man.
I'm the real big man.
Anyway, Bridge, if we're going to run through that, I'm sure we'll get a lot of discussion with some of the names that come up. Some of the names I don't know, but there we go on the list. But if people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1971. That's 1971 in real money.
Try that again, Bridge.
It's 0141 356 1971. That's 1971 in real money.
Bridge, we'll try that again.
Oh, sorry, 1972. Apologies. I was trying to be smart there, wasn't I?
Oh, I love you, Bridge.
I'll do it again. 0141 356 1972. Sorry, guys, for the misdirection. Well, no wonder we can't get phone numbers. They do phone us.
I mean, some wee woman or phone up and she's getting all these calls.
What's the matter with him?
Oh, dear. And you can join us at RangersRadio.online and Skype, where you'll be brought in a call to talk about anything Rangers. Even give Bridge a hand with the numbers. Oh, dear. Anyway, so we move on. Look at the players, just some man. So, yeah. Two strikers. I want your thoughts on these two strikers that have come up next to the list. Nacho Novo and Michael Moles. Ulster.
Oh, I'll start. Michael Moles, unbelievable. It was just unfortunate he got that bad injury for us. I think he'd have went on to be truly, truly unbelievable. He was still good coming back from the injury, but you could see he wasn't the same player, but he was still good enough to score goals. It's just a pity, obviously, without that injury. I think he'd have been so good. He'd probably been one of the best strikers they ever play for any team in Scotland, to be honest. Just fantastic talent. And then wee Nacho, maybe not just as good as Michael Moles, but boy, he was a wee battler, scored some cracking goals. And obviously him, Big Dado Perso, for years had a great partnership up there. And then more recently, he's actually came over there and was with Glentoran for a wee while, which is pretty good for me to see wee Novo wearing the Glentoran shirt. But yeah, great wee player, great wee battler. And I think one of the best goals I'd seen was in the cup. Me and my dad were there, and the goal he scored, I think it was by Falkirk, the one looked over the keeper. Just fantastic, and some amazing goals he scored for us, some big important ones too.
Bridgeman?
I thought that Moles was, I agree with Ulster. In fact, I'd go even further with it. I think Moles could have been probably the best striker, one of the best strikers in Europe. I thought he was just an amazing player. He's the ability to twist and turn in the box. He just completely bamboozled people. That was just wonderful to see. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Novo, wee fiery character, loved it. Absolutely loved the Rangers. Stone mad for them. I'm not being funny when I say that. Stone mad for them. And remember that goal he scored when somebody took a quick throw in and the ball just bounced on the ground once and he just leathered it into the net.
That's the game he's talking about against Falkirk in the cup.
Just fantastic. Just fantastic. You know?
An absolute classic goal.
And not only that, but a lot of folk sort of wound him up and try to get him going. And he was fierce. He looked after himself, but he used to love going on a run. You give him the ball, he could take the ball and run with it and ease the pressure on the defence, which was great. And also liked to score goals. Great penalty taker.
Nacho Novo. Well, in the Folklore Club, he scored the goal that got us to the European UEFA Cup final, in 2008.
The Rangers are coming.
Brace yourself, Manchester. Brace yourself, Manchester.
That's
and it was
right.
Brilliant bit of commentary that summed up. And the guy who ended up being correct, didn't he? He'll never be forgotten for that. He's done other things for us. I mean, he got the goal. Did he get the goal at Easter Road? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah,
correct.
Easter Road that ultimately won his Helicopter Sunday.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
scored goals in cup finals. He scored goals against Celtic. An appetite for the game. Played out in worked down the wing. Played through the middle. Great attitude. Michael Moles, potentially one of the best players I've ever seen, mate. And it was a tragedy what happened to the guy. When we seen him and you saw him when he came on the scene, I'd never seen anything like it. That turning and twisting, Bridget. I'd never seen anybody with that. At that pace, to do that at that pace.
He was most assuredly one of the best players, in my opinion anyway. He would have been very close to being one of the top strikers in Europe, without a doubt, for me. Without a doubt.
I mean, I don't think he'd ever played the game for a long time because he was going to always have some kind of injuries because of the way he played with that twisting and turning. There's going to be repercussions, but his touch, he scored all sorts of goals. But when he came to us, we thought, what a signing. What a signing. Anyway, we've been joined by Fox. Evening, Fox. Who's typing?
Evening, guys.
How are we doing? Hey. Novo Moles, mate.
Aye, two good players for Rangers, mate. I agree with what you were saying there about Michael Moles. He would have been an absolute star for us, mate, and got one of the injuries that he never really recovered from, and it was a goalkeeper, a German goalkeeper that done it, wasn't it? If I remember right.
Oliver Kahn.
Oliver Kahn, aye. Out in the touchline where goalkeepers normally are, you know. I think it was meant to know, if you ask me, but a terrific player. I mean, Nacho is he just epitomises everything of being a Rangers player, mate. All heart. Lovely wee guy. I'm glad to see that he's back after his heart condition there, playing in the five-a-sides as well. And I'm led to believe that he'll be a number 2 to one of the managers in this friendly game. I think he'll get a big...
That's good, yeah.
I don't think he'll be on one the boot, mate. I mean, I don't know if I think the days might be behind that show now,
Aye, I would think so, mate.
You know, but great players, the great combination. I mean, their record wouldn't be up there with Jim Forrest, or they wouldn't have scored the goals that Alan McCoy scored, but they're still with marks in our history. The two players, and Michael Moles, for a certain generation, it'll always be what could have been, eh?
Absolutely.
You know. So then we move on. Moles, we're going to talk Moles and Novo. Talk about a couple of players who didn't play in the same position, but were there roughly at the same time. George Alberts and Craig Moore. One a very quick, competitive centre-half, and another one a work hard with an eye for goal and one of the most powerful shots you've ever seen. Ulster.
Yeah, I love Big Alberts, especially with me having the red hair. I thought he was fantastic. I always think I was him on the pitch and all. Brilliant. What a foot he had. Even when it came to striking the ball, jeez, that man could have. I think he's. Everybody used to always see everybody flinching when they were standing at the wall. They were all like, "Oh no," because he could just blast them. He looked like he was going 100 miles an hour sometimes. Another big top player for us, and a lot of heart as well. And another one who kept turning up in the big games. He always was there. Some of his runs and stuff was amazing, fantastic. And then big Craig Moore was a big good defender. I think we were saying we didn't actually. I think one of you had said how many games he played a couple of last week sometime. I didn't think he played just as much. That over 200 games. Fantastic player for us, and I think he was always in part of the Australian squad as well when we had all that crop of international players. Another big good player. I think the yellow cards he had as well was crazy. I think he's 60 or something yellow cards. So that shows you how much he gets stuck in the fight for us. Done a great job in defence.
Bridgman, an underrated centre-half?
Well, to me, when you look from a centre-half perspective, he was the second choice, not second choice, but he was near the main centre-half. He was always the sort of the man that helped out, the sweeper, call him what you like, but he was the one. But what a terrific athlete, great athlete, and hard as nails when needed, and dirty, I have to say. A lot of times he was quite dirty, but he felt he needed to be. He took a lot of punishment too, I must admit. He did take a lot of punishment, and got quite a lot of it in the referee's face, quite a lot as well, But, you know, what can you say, you know? He was there. Alberts, tell me, was a hammer not just one of the finest shots in the world, football? Really and truly, what a shot that guy had on him. Fantastic. And a whole load of games come to mind. And one of them, did you mention it when he smashed into Lambert and broke his teeth?
No, I was keeping the best to the last.
Oh, you keep now? Okay, right. Okay, I'll let you. I love that one.
Carry on, but you carry on.
No, I love that one. I love the one at Parkhead when he actually got the ball virtually inside his own half, and he ran and he ran and he ran and he ran. Absolutely fantastic. Just great stuff. What a great player for us. Great player. I wish we had somebody like him on the team now, I'll tell you that.
That was the semi-final of the Scottish Cup, mate.
Yeah, splendid. Brilliant.
He scored that goal. Great player, Fox. George Alberts. Weighs longer than a lot of people thought. He got the Rangers-itis as well. A successful period for us at the club, you know.
Without a doubt, mate. He was the real all-round midfielder for me. Could tackle, could shoot, could pass very, very well as well. Good eye for an opening, setting goals. He could run with the ball. Probably one of the best midfielders, mate, that's played for us, George Alberts. Scored a lot of goals that made a lot of Rangers fans happy. And God, what would pay for to have him back in the side at this minute?
Foxy. Anti.
Some great performances. I think that Walter signed him. And then Dick Advocaat couldn't make up his mind about him. And then he became the catalyst for Dick Advocaat's team in Europe. He scored the goal. I remember. I think against Bayern Munich at home, and he was scoring goals and playing well for us in that team, that successful team, just before Moles got injured. When we actually thought we'd have shot with a bit of luck, we could have won the tournament. How things have changed, Ulster. Yeah, it just shows you guys, you know. But then it's a money factor too, isn't it? You know, Rangers at that time we're probably talking about it yesterday, but when it came to shirt sales and club exposure, and I'd say we could have matched anybody at that time. But unfortunately, things change, and probably the Scottish game isn't what it once was, and exposure isn't as good, and you're trying to compete with these top teams now, get hundreds of millions every single season of a head start above us. So, you know, but those days can come back as league structure. And I think we'll get there. We'll get there again when it comes to Scotland, but when it comes to Europe, I think those days are probably gone forever, to be honest.
Can I come in on that? Just that one point that you made there, also, I agree 100% with you, but the only part I would like to add to that is the chances are there. That team across the city, they've got themselves set up with a few quid by getting into the Champions League and doing what they do, and they're going to get a lot of money, a right few million quid for just getting in there. So Rangers need to get there and win the league. We need to build that team. We need to do what they've done, not just because it's them, but because that's where the money is. We need to be there. Just thought I'd say that, pal. Thanks.
That's what the pot of gold is. And our chances of winning the league, Fox, would improve if we had George Alberts in our team.
Oh, without a doubt, mate. Great player.
100%. And a giant centre-half, please.
Aye. The other one you were talking about, Craig Moore, I think you would take him and all. Bridge, he was a tough tackling, what you would call an uncompromising centre-half, wouldn't he?
You know, I've said to you before, I'm not being funny when I say this, I really, really liked that boy, see that Bortland? What was his name? Bortland or something like that. Jockey Bortland. Bjorkland, I can't pronounce the name, I do apologise. See that guy there, that guy had all the pace you could ever want to be as a second centre-half, if you follow what I mean. My God almighty, the tackles, he managed to get to the ball when he never dreamt that he could get it. Great stuff. What a wonderful servant for Rangers he was. Very, he wasn't a big name, he wasn't brazen and things like that. But my goodness, he did a good job for us. So someone like that would do me. If you could add that pace and Craig Moore's, shall we say, versatility with strength and dirt, he likes to get into it. Something like that. And a big giant beside him, a huge giant. Frighten the life out of them.
I think Craig Moore was underrated by the support, Fox.
Aye, me too, mate. He was a bit shaky at the start, if I remember.
I was only very young.
He soon learned his craft as centre half, mate. I thought he grew into the game. I think he eventually ended up captaining us for a while as well. Did he know?
I think I wouldn't be surprised if he wore the armband a few times, mate.
Was he not a partner to a number of centre halves? You know,
aye,
a number of partners, and every one of them sort of can't say nothing about him. The guy played very well for Rangers, there's no doubt about that. I'm sure there's some folk will turn and say he had some bad games, because we can all say that type of thing, you know. But no, I quite liked him, really, really liked him.
All right, so we'll move on. But if people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972. That's 1972.
Well done, Bridge. Well done. You can join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. It'd be great to hear your first-time callers, Fox. Of
course, it's always great to have first-time callers, mate.
All right, next couple of players on the list is Alex Ray and Charlie Miller. Take Charlie first. A boy who came on who a lot of people thought had the world at his feet and ultimately never fulfilled his potential, Fox.
I think Charlie enjoyed outside the football a lot, mate. But he was a gifted player, very gifted player. And when he came in as a young man into the side, people really liked Charlie Miller. But he never really pushed on to that next level for me. But a tidy player when he was at Rangers.
Aye. One famous cross, sir.
Aye, put in the cross for, was it Loudrop?
Aye.
Scored at Tannadice, was that? Aye.
You know, good player, just never fulfilled his potential. We'll put it down to circumstances, Fox, you know what I mean?
Aye, just one of these things.
Charlie Miller, I don't know if he'd be a bit before your time, or do you remember him, Ulster?
That would have been just sort of probably the tail end. He'd have been at the tail end as I was starting to know my football and the players, but my dad would always talk about Charlie Miller. He always liked Charlie Miller, but a bit like a boxer, my dad would always say it's just a pity. Off-field, sometimes maybe the lifestyle wasn't great for his career, but had all the talent and had the ability. But unfortunately, maybe just the way things worked out, he maybe just didn't feel the potential that he had in him.
Frenchman?
Charlie Miller, I quite liked Charlie Miller. I thought he was a smashing wee player. Obviously, as Fox intimated earlier, as he went on, he definitely liked the off-field activities more than he apparently still likes. You know, people. I mean, you know, but well, you know what I mean. He's got never mind as far as that's concerned. But no, he's a good player with Rangers. Good player. I think that. You know, I actually listened to my mates when they're talking about him. They liked him far better than I did. They thought he was a better player than I thought he was. I thought he was a good player, but not as good as they thought. And my cousins all liked him as well. So sometimes I'm in a minority of one on that. As far as Alex Ray is concerned, I have to say that I don't think he did. I don't think he was an out and out star for Rangers at all. But that's only me. Once again, I have to say I've got a bit of a downer with Alex Ray at the moment, so I'd rather not comment too much on it. Otherwise, I'll just bring the man's reputation down. He did all right for Rangers in a sense, you know.
Wasn't there for that long, Bridge? He came at the twilight of his career, played in the Helicopter Sunday team, Fox. But maybe his two games that he maybe sticks out was when we beat Celtic twice, I think November 2004. We beat them in the semi-final of the League Cup, and we also beat them in the league. And Alex Ray, that would have been maybe the highlight, is his individual Rangers performance. He wasn't at the club that long.
I think 2 years, mate, or something.
I think so, mate. And it was at the twilight of his career, you know.
I think he played his best football down south, mate. First with Millwall, who was there for a right few years, and then he went to, I think it was Sunderland, and he played in the Premier League with Sunderland, and I think he was a real star down there when he was playing with Sunderland. Very highly rated when he was down there. Went toe-to-toe with a lot of real good midfielders, mate, in the Premier League down there, so he was definitely a player in his day. I wish we'd have got him maybe 10 years before he actually came, and we'd have seen the real bit of Alex Rae, you know.
Mm-hmm. Ulster?
I have to agree with Foxer. I think most of his career was down south. He maybe came a wee bit later on in his career, but then again, that's probably because he had such a good career down there, probably trying to buy him would have been big money at the time. But he gave us a good few years when he was up. Just like we're saying there, we've said about a few players already, you know, they had all the heart, got stuck in, which what we needed and what we've always had. We've always had those players that like to get stuck in, and Alex Rae was never found wanting. He always got stuck in. And just like Fox, if you had had him a few years earlier, boy, what a player you'd have had there. But I think he done service where he was at the club, definitely.
Yeah. He lived the dream. Got a championship medal. And it can never be took away from him. Charlie Miller, nope. The players that he played with, Laudrup, Gascoigne, McCoist, Albers, Bjorkland, you can go on. He played with some football players, Charlie Miller, so he got in the team when these guys were all about, so that says a lot for him.
Exactly.
We're going to take two centre-halves next, and I believe we're going to hear from one of them. Marvin Andrews and Bob Malcolm. Bridgeman, you're a centre-half expert.
I think I quite liked Bob Malcolm when he was younger. I thought he's a no-nonsense type player, full of endeavour. I liked his attitude. Unfortunately, there was a time in his life when I think he was involved with the wrong people, and I think that put a sort of dampener on his career for a wee while. So, no disrespect to the boy, but I don't think he ever hit the heights that I thought he should have done. Marvin Andrews, well, what can you say? He just never stopped, did he? He never gave up. He was just a tremendous performer for Rangers. He wasn't the best centre-half in the whole world by any stretch of the imagination. But my goodness gracious. He played some great games against us, as you know. Showed us up for a number of times. But when he played for Rangers, and sometimes when he went to clear that ball, he could head the ball as far as some of the boys could kick it. Tremendous player for Rangers. Really good. Great servant.
Fox?
Aye, Big Bob was quite a character, wasn't he? I know messing about centre-half, mate. Another one that never filled played to his full potential, but a good player for Rangers. I like Big Bob.
I don't think he went about with Marvin socially, but
No.
I don't think so, no.
Two completely different characters, mate.
I like that. That was quite good, that. Well done, pal.
That's a big Bob and Marvin out the night out together.
Ulster.
I had two big centre back. Well, for different reasons. Like Big Bob Malcolm done a decent job for us. I don't think probably wasn't one of our better centre halves, but he done decent at times. I remember he came over to Belfast when the Rangers team came over. I think it was 03. I need to double check. I can't remember, but I remember being a wee bit younger anyway. And the way it was at Wednesday, you could walk right round to where the players were, and I climbed up over the fence and all. He was glad that he came over and had a wee chat about it all. You know, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Talking to Big Bob Malcolm there, you know, I thought it was brilliant telling all the boys and all. Yeah, he had a bit of time for me, which was good. And then Big Marvin Andrews, obviously, keep believing. And those words came up trumps for us, didn't they? Big man would have headed anything. It wouldn't have mattered if anybody, where people was booting the ball, if he could get it down to you, he'd have headed the ball from anywhere. No fear in him. A big character, big lovable guy, always had a smile on his face, always laughing. As I say, maybe again, probably wasn't one of the best of the players you would think back on, but another great servant and was part of one of probably our most memorable seasons. So, yeah, Big Martin, I liked him.
All right, so let's hear from Marvin Andrews, if you don't mind going on mute, see what he's got to say.
For a Rangers Legends side at the end of March, just how much are you looking forward to that, and how much does it mean for you to pull that Rangers jersey on once again?
Oh, it's always a great feeling, always to, once they enter back Ibrox again and, to run out on that pitch again, putting on that shirt, playing in front of the fans, that, who love the club and have adored for many, many years. So it's always a good feeling, always to come back at Ibrox and be a player again, than obviously just coming back as a spectator, watching the current team at the moment and, watching the teams. But I love coming back, and playing, and obviously it's because it's for a good cause, because Rangers does a lot of charity as a club, trying to help out those who are less fortunate. So I'm always want to be, part of these things, to help somebody out in these games. So I really look forward to it. Rangers obviously have so many legends from so many different eras. What does it mean to you to be included in one of those teams that are able to compete in these events? It's a great honour for me, because when I obviously learning now that I play for Rangers, learning the history, the type of players that played for Rangers, the names, the legends that played, the team that won 9 in a row, and all these great achievement that Rangers have achieved, European Cup and all these different things is amazed to be in the same dressing room with some of them. Sometimes I need to pinch myself to see that this is really happening, because to be among these great legends that represent the most successful club in the world is really, really amazing. And I'm just so happy that I can be part of that, be in the same dressing room with some of them, to chat with some of them and laugh and joke and hear some of their stories when they played is always fascinating. And I'm really humble, to be part of that and be on the same pitch and obviously in the same dressing room with some of these guys. So I'm really, really humble, and it's a really, really great feeling for me. It's not so long since you hung up your boots, and you certainly seem to be the sort of guy that looks after yourself. You'll be certainly able to compete in that sense. Yes, definitely. Obviously, I still have that competitive spirit about me. I still train and look after myself. I do a lot of running and keeping myself fit. Because after you're playing, you still want to be in a decent enough shape. I still play a lot of five-a-side with my mates back in Kirkcaldy. So I love, as I say, I love playing football. I love, keeping myself in shape and, looking after myself. So I'm looking forward to the game. It should be exciting. It should be good fun. Every legend is at different stages of their lives. Some are older, some are much, younger. So I'm one of the younger one at the moment. So I still have a bit of legs that I can, get up and down the pitch a bit. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be good fun. And just finally, what's that feeling like when you run out of Ibrox, you hear that roar, and obviously it's going to be a great atmosphere. Yeah, it will be a great atmosphere, and I always remember the legend game we played at, for to raise funds for Fernando when he was first diagnosed with his illness. Obviously the 50,000 fans in a stadium for a charity match, I've just never heard of. And you run out, as you see a paws raised, the hair behind your neck stands up because you're looking at this fascinating crowd that's, applauding you, and because you're playing for one of the greatest teams in the world. So what a great feeling, and obviously I'm so looking forward to it again come, March 24th. So, all the fans, I hope, get your tickets early and come out and just support. It's for a good cause. It's going for a good cause in, charity, helping somebody else who's less fortunate. So I'm looking forward to it, definitely.
For that, Fox. I'll go to you two. I'll take you two together, Bridge and Fox. There's always an exception to the rule when Marvin Andrews being a nice centre half. Bridge?
Sorry, do you mean have to comment on him being a nice centre half?
No, what I'm saying is there's always an exception to the rule.
Of course. He's a nice guy.
Aye,
he's a nice guy. Any centre-half, I don't care who they are, any centre-half, they know what to do. They think they know what to do. They believe they know what to do. And some are less dirty than others, let's put it that way. It's like you get good midfielders and you get midfielders, and there's not much difference between them. They're all, at the end of the day, they like to be in people's faces, like to show what they can do. Some of them can do better than others, and so on and so forth. And then you get some who are more defensive-minded about their game and about their body, and they like to get stuck right in, you know. So Marvin Andrews was a big, hard guy, a big, hard centre-half. But a lovely guy.
Foxy, obviously, a lot of time for your club. I liked a bit when he says he's back home at Kirkcaldy. That didn't sound like a Fife accent to me.
No, mate. Originally from Trinidad and Tobago, I think it was. He played for me. He was just a brick wall at the back, wasn't he? He's my type of no-nonsense defender, mate. And that's the way I see the boy Bates as well, that plays for us at the moment in time. He done the basics, mate, and he done the basics well. He never tried to be fancy. His main job was a defender, and that's what he was, mate, a solid defender. Loved him, mate.
He spoke very well of the club, eh?
Aye, he's a very, very well-spoken man. I think we had one of his friends once on the programme, did we know, for up in the Fife? Said he was a personal friend. I
remember that, mate. I remember that.
I just can't, his name just escapes me at the moment, mate. But Cadogan, man, that was the boy's name, remember?
He was a character on the show,
wasn't he? He was a character.
That's him that moved to London, wasn't it? Is that not him that moved to London?
No,
sorry, Dublin.
No, you're missing it. This was another
Cadogan man, I remember. I remember the names, Cadogan.
Oh, you're thinking of Cheesy Chick, mate.
Cheesy Chick, that's what I'm thinking.
He still listens.
I thought that was Cadogan man as well.
I don't think so.
No, Cadogan man, that was Pal Billy's favourite on the show, mate. He thought he was terrific, you know.
And Cheesy Chick, that was true. It gave him that nickname. That was brilliant. But there you go. That's another story. Ulster, big gentleman, eh?
Oh, yeah. That's Marvin down to a T, isn't it, that interview? Just such a humble guy, you know. And as he says, he's got to pinch himself, you know, and he knows how lucky he is. And, you know, he wants to talk to these players and hear their stories. You heard him yourself. He wants to have jokes with them and have a laugh. That's just big Marvin D.T. That's the Marvin I remember. And I'm glad he's still got that. He loves still to have a joke and have a laugh. Like that's what I remember about big Marvin. Hard as nails. Wouldn't have liked to play against him, to be honest, but I'm glad he was on our side. What a great, lovable big fella, definitely.
And part of that 2005 team where Easter Road Helicopter Sunday, it was him. Keep believing, and then you've got the picture of him at Easter Road. He's on his knees celebrating.
Oh yeah, keep believing. I thought he was mad as a hatter too at that point. How you keep believing you when I was down, but Big Man was right. He was right, and it's a quote now that'll live forever amongst all Rangers fans.
Yeah.
When you were saying Easter Road there, mate, did we no sign him after he won I think it was a League Cup with Livingston,
aye.
Beating Hibs in the final, you know.
Aye, correct, mate, correct.
We signed him just after that. He was a good big boy. I'd love to interview him, mate. That would be brilliant, mate. Somebody make it happen.
I don't think there was one Rangers supporter didn't like him. I think he was a very likeable character. He always had a big smile on his face, and he did whatever he could do for Rangers. It was accepted that sometimes he made mistakes. We accepted that fact. But my goodness gracious, when he cleared the ball sometimes, and really, truly, look at the back of the stand was there, otherwise they're right on Scotland Road, you know. My goodness.
Big boat, Bridge, big boat.
Huge guy.
All right, so we'll take... On you go, Ulster.
No, just quickly, just to say, I remember a few times when he did goals, and he used to throw big. The big thing was to throw big Marv up top for the last 10 minutes. So it's quite funny. I know he done that a few times. I don't think he done loads of times, but 2 or 3 times. think he went up top and we needed a goal, tried to pick balls into him.
Well, we'll take the next two who were part of, if you like, the 9-in-a-row legends. And these two guys, I think, would be classed as that for our club, is Andy Gorham and Mark Haitley. We'll go to Fox first. His thoughts on the two of them.
What do you say about Andy Gorham, mate? Probably best shot stopper, a goalkeeper that we've ever had or ever played in Scotland, mate. He never ever let us down, Andy Gorham, mate, when he played in the park. I don't know how else to put it there, how good a goalkeeper he was, mate. Some of them don't save for big, was it Van Hooijdonk with the Celtic game, and when he stopped that point blank save for him, mate, was one of the best saves I'd ever seen, I think. I put that in the same sort of bracket as Gordon Banks, he saved off of Pelly, mate. He should never have got to it to stop it, but strong arms, strong hands, and he stopped the shot, mate. Can't say much more about him, mate. As I say, never let us down.
Aye, fantastic shot stopper. Not the biggest goal we've ever seen, but shot stopper, worth points. Done it in close games. Get better and better as, when he came to the club. At that time, when Chris Woods was there as well, and the 3-corner rule was kicking in. And Walter shrewdly went and got Andy, and I don't think I was alone when I thought, well, I don't know if he's any better than Chris Woods, but as time went on, he made us forget about Chris Woods, and that's the biggest compliment I can pay the guy. When somebody went through on one, you always felt that Andy Gorham would stop it. Obviously, he never stopped everything, and nobody does in goal, but great record, great shot stopper, and another character, Bridgeman.
Character, right enough. No, I have to agree with everything everybody says about him. He was, to me, probably the best goalkeeper Rangers ever had. I mean, his ability to stop these shots for his size, the amount of saves he got in, was just outstanding. Just outstanding. It may have been the times. I don't know. I don't mean evening times. It may have been the times we lived in. But he was absolutely outstanding for Rangers. Outstanding. He was also outstanding off the park as well. But we shouldn't speak about that. But really and truly, yeah, you were right. He was worth, I don't know how many points he was worth. Maybe the guys in the lobby could have a guess at that. I would suggest he's worth maybe 15 to 20 points a season with the saves he made. Just tremendous stuff. Just tremendous. And it kept coming. He kept doing it. Particularly against them. He was brilliant. Hats off to him.
Ulster?
Big Andy Gorham. So, as I say, it's another one sort of would have been sort of the tail end of when I was starting to really get to know what was going on with football. But unbelievable. See, I watch all the games back, and how many times that guy saved some shots. Unbelievable. And for the size of him, you know what I mean? He wasn't the biggest, tallest guy. Boy, he wasn't the leanest either, but boy, he could get down for shots. His shot stopping was unbelievable. Some of the saves he made, you look at them again replays, and you just cannot believe what that guy done. You know, I think he probably broke their hearts across the city many a time. Just a cracking keeper, and probably the best we've ever had. Claus would have been probably more my era, but it's always good to be it online and stuff. Boys would say Claus, but I think overall most of the Bears who watched both players would have probably put Gorham as their number one, and I can't really argue with that when you go back and see the replays and some of the matches he played. And then obviously Alex Ferguson gave him a chance to play, you know, for down Manchester United. I think he put him on loan for 6 months, and that was the tail end of his career. So it shows you how highly regarded he was in football, even towards the end of his career.
I think one of the highlights for me was his performance at Ellen Road in the Battle of Britain. He was outstanding that night.
I've seen the replays for that too. That's just crazy, boy. Just fantastic. Really, we were lucky to have Andy Gorham, definitely.
Great shot stopper. Character. Last one before the tune. Mark Hateley. Ulster, we'll start with you again. I know I've been fair on you, mate. I don't know if you've seen much of Mark apart from videos.
Videos, yeah. Well, that's another one. The Alan Gold, great player, won at North, fantastic result. But the goals he scored as well, just amazing. Both probably his first time around, but I always remember him being in my room, my dad running up the stairs, and he was so delighted, absolutely delighted. Mark Hateley was coming back to the Rangers again. And my dad has so many good things to say about Mark Hateley. You know, big Mark Hateley and that. Any replays I watch or past games I've watched, just a fantastic top talent and played for some of the biggest clubs in Europe as well. So that proves how good of a talent Mark Hateley was.
Yep. Bridgeman.
One of my heroes. I have lots of heroes with the Rangers, but I just loved him. I thought he was fantastic for us. It took a wee while for him to get into the swing. A lot of the Bears had some doubts about him, but in reality, he turned out to be just enormous for Rangers. And I absolutely loved when Walter brought him back. And for me, there was only one game he brought him back for, and that was the Celtic game. And by God, did he appear. He appeared big style. He ran at them like a bull, and they all just ran out his way. A really fantastic performer for Rangers. Scored some great goals for us. Absolutely great goals. That goal against Leeds United at Leeds from the corner of the 18-yard box, right out of the goalkeeper. Fabulous goal. His assist to Ali McCoy in the same game. Was it 2-1 or 2-0 at Leeds? What a beautiful ball he put in. Absolutely fantastic player. Great player for Rangers. Great player.
And then we had the 2 goals he scored when Walter won his first championship when Souness had left. I mean, the header for the Martin.
Oh, that was just wonderful, wasn't it? Exquisite. And I dare say most of the guys in the lobby have got different memories of that, of those, of Big Hateley scoring goals and the type of goals he scored, or his assists, and what he did to the opposition. He tore them apart sometimes, you know.
That's word to Fox.
Probably formed one of the best partnerships along with McCoy's, mate, that we've seen in recent years. The typical big man, wee man, centre forward pairing, mate. Absolutely terrific. I think we signed him about 89, 90 or something like that, round about that time. I think Souness had tried to sign him before that, and I think that's when he went to the French team. I can't remember their name.
Monaco, was it?
Monaco, aye. I think Souness tried to sign him before he went there, but he eventually got him. As the boys say, he had a slow start to his career, but brave as an ox, terrific in the air and a lethal shot on him, mate. Him and McCoy, for probably a lot of younger people on the site, mate, would think they were the perfect partnership when they played with Rangers.
I couldn't argue either. I couldn't argue.
Scored some amount of goals, you can't take that away from him. Anyway, we've reached that time of the evening. If you don't mind going on mute, we'll have a tune for Fox.
Seem to say as I walk round and round a penny arcade, and just ring a bell on a big bagatelle, and you'll make all the colored lights cascade and music play in a penny lost in a sea of glass and tin. But no, so dip in my hand in the back of my jeans. Well, I grabbed me a handful of coins to feed the machine. Oh, step up and play, each machine seemed to say, as I walked round and round the penny arcade. And just ring a bell on a big bagatelle, and you make all the colored lights cascade, and music play in a penny arcade. Yes, it played and it played, played all the time. Roll up and spend your last dime. Oh, step up and play, each machine seemed to say, as I walk round and round the penny arcade. And just ring a bell on a big bagatelle, and you make all the colored lights cascade, and music play in a penny arcade. Yes, it played and it played and played all the time. Roll up and spend your last, roll up and spend your last, roll up and spend your last dime. Hey, oh, hey. Roll up and spend your last dime. Thank you very much. Good night.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. Well back, gentlemen.
We are indeed.
Roll up and spend your last dime. We're still singing, boys.
I'm sorry about the start of that. The needle slipped off my old LP there.
I heard it before. Heard that one before.
Just a quick one. Remember, we were speaking last night actually about our fathers, etc. It was 2 weeks ago. My mum and dad were out, and they're in the wee hall, so I was okay.
Remember this? It was half air we were talking.
Oh, I know. Don't worry. Love Tiva. I got a phone call, and I got a phone call by my mother. And it must have been 2 a.m. He asked me, "What's wrong?" Says, "I need you to lift us, son." He asked me, "Why?" Says, "The taxi was outside with Penny Arcade cave, and your dad wouldn't leave." The taxi went left, had to go on the other side of the town to get him. So, Penny Arcade.
Penny Arcade was playing. He's not moving. I'm not moving. I'm watching this. Listen to this.
He wouldn't move.
Roll up and spend your last dime.
So funny. I said, "What's he doing now?" I just says, "Oh, he's just ordered himself another vodka." Be right up. On my way up.
By the way, Foxy, Rangers Loyal's asking for more tunes. Get the tunes back on, he said.
Aye, well, old school blue plays a mixture of tunes, mate, after the show goes off air, so...
I'll tell you what, this platform's absolutely brilliant today, guys. Absolutely brilliant.
Can you do a couple of Tony Christie numbers for me in the Drifters?
Tony Christie? Who's he?
Aye, in the Drifters.
Who's Tony Christie?
Aye, who's he? Bruno. You know who Tony Christie is.
No,
can I butt in here?
On you go, big girl.
Behave yourself.
Are you having? When's your first global convention? Where is it? When is it? And how are we getting there?
Oh, I've already had it, man.
All right, okay.
Already had it. It's a one-man convention. I've been jumping in and out this morning listening to the programme, and a good show once again, gentlemen, so I must commend you on that. I take it the players that you're coming up with, Bob Malcolm and Marvin Andrews, are these the players that are playing in the Legends game? Right.
They're the ones that's listed there.
Right. Aye. None of them are legends. They're club.
No,
they're not legends. Well, let me finish. We've got legends. A Mr. Derek Johnston, a Mr. Alistair McCoy, a Mr. Bill Struth, a Mr. Walter Smith, and the last one I'd put to that is David Cooper. They're our legends. It's Legends game. I don't think these things should be held at Ibrox. It's great that they do them for charity. Hold them some other place. And I think, as the Bridgeman said earlier, I'd like to see a first team playing another first team if you're going to have these things, or if you're going to play games at Ibrox, it's pre-season glamour friendlies to wind us into the league, or it's testimonials for people that have been great servants to our club. Legends, they throw that word about legends. You'll be able to put maybe more names to the list that I've started there, but for me, that's the legends of our club. They guys, Mr. Derek Johnson, Mr. Alistair McCoy, David Cooper, Walter Smith, Bill Struth. Maybe one other guy, maybe outside the box. I'd go Ian Ferguson as well.
Ian Ferguson.
For his service.
And his medals, mate. John Gregg.
Medals. Oh, sorry, John Gregg. I
Sandy Jardine. Sandy Jardine.
Aye. Sandy Jardine, but maybe not so much. I think I didn't really see him that well, but you guys, I appreciate him a lot better. I appreciate what he done for the club, but certainly Derek Johnson,
there's two things, isn't there?
Guys. They're legends for me.
There's longevity, mate. Some of these guys like Marvin Andrews, Alex...
Alec Ray, legend.
Alec Ray, even Michael Moles, they didn't have the longevity at my club, you know. So that would mean to me, I take your point on board, big man. That it doesn't make them club legends, you know.
No, look, Andy Gorham's the greatest goalkeeper, I think, in the modern era in Scotland. I think he's right at that, but still, off-field antics must come into the criteria to be classed as a legend. I mean, you must hold yourself properly off the field as well as on the field.
You've mentioned Alan McCoy. He was busy when he was a young man.
But I think Alistair McCoy knows what he was. Gorham's still the same. I don't think you can class the two of them as the same. I think Gorham's antics, some of them can be classed as deplorable at sometimes. McCoy's youthful exuberance, I'll put that down. I'll argue my case for that. Like,
all right, okay, mate.
I was lucky to be at a night out on Saturday along with a couple of other boys on this platform and met two real legends, mate. Willie Johnson and Colin Steen, mate.
That's what I'm saying, folks. They guys to you are legends, aye. And Willie Johnson, was he a legend off the park as much as he was on it? And Colin Steen, I believe, is a right gentleman of a man. So,
the two of them are right. Willie's a very quiet man, mate. A very, very quiet man, but what a gentleman, mate.
Well, that's legends for me. Like, these guys are just legends, gamer. Who are they actually playing? Who are they playing in the game?
It's two. There's that many of them, mate. They're splitting them into two teams. I think one's going to be run by Walter Smith, and the other one's probably McCoist and Nacho Novo are running the other one, as far as I know.
All right. Okay.
Nah, as you said, mate, for friendlies, once again, I think our marketing team are missing another trick, mate. They could have done something like this. See, when they release the new strip, that's the game they could have played then, mate, where you could buy your strip, not only in the shop, mate. They should have had them in all the concourses. People could have paid with credit card. People could have paid with money instead of big, massive queues outside the one part of the store, mate. And a day out like that, nice sunny weather, I think they've got a full house. I think they'll struggle this time to get 20,000, if you ask me.
You're like that big guy, Fox Affy Mad Men, the TV programme, the PR genius. You want to get yourself into Ibrox, mate, and get that sorted. Because that's exactly... But why do they not see that at Ibrox? Sell things when everybody's happy. You know what I mean? Get some party tunes playing in the concourses. Sell two strips. 2 for 1 deal. Get the strips at the door, but I don't know, they drag their feet. Is there any news when the new strips will be coming out?
I'm going to guess that'll be announced May, mate. That's an educated
one of your jokes at the end of the season.
No. Sorry, Al. I know my part's bad.
I was waiting for that. No, that's cool. Look, I'm going to go, guys, but great listening to you again, man. Honest to God, always keep a smile on my face. And Bruno, you know who Tony Christie is.
Listen, never mind Tony Christie. The biggest and best known legend that Rangers ever had, Jim Backstaff.
God, imagine me forget him.
I know. I'm very sorry for forgetting John Greig as well. But they guys are legends, yeah. We've all got one
different
of the
generations.
For me,
Different legends.
Aye.
In fact, an old friend of
and David Cooper, man.
An old friend of Fox's who used to meet Fox in True Blue, Johnny Hubbard.
Oh, aye, beautiful.
Was
he the top goal scorer, Hubbard? And then McCoy's break.
The penalty king, mate. Never missed a penalty kick in his life, mate. As he said, the one that he missed, the goalkeeper saved, mate. That's what he tells us.
I didn't miss it. The goalkeeper saved it.
They guys are as equally as humble off the park, if you know what I mean, and gentlemanly conduct. And that goes a long way in bestowing a legend status on someone, I think. Some of the other players are far from legends.
Would you classify Gascoigne as a legend?
No, great player, and he gets singing. No, he wasn't here long enough.
Okay.
He's one of my all-time favourites, and I absolutely loved him when he was here. But as Ox said, there was no longevity. Definitely if he'd done that over a 10-year period for us and won X amount of league titles, and aye. But then again, his off-field antics. I mean, well, you can't hit women. It's as simple as that, and that puts a bad taste in everybody's mouth. So that for me disqualifies him for ever being called a legend for the club.
There are some Rangers fans think that Brian Laudrup was a great legend as well for Rangers.
Yeah, but I think longevity. I think he just misses it with longevity. Great player, but could he lace a McCoy's boots? Could he lace a Jardin's boots? Could he lace a Gregg's boots? Could he a Derek Johnson, a Willie Hubbard, a Jim Baxter? I don't think so. I think those players. Those players are held in more high esteem with us as fans than these other players. They come in and go, but these other guys live in their hearts, if you like. You know what I mean? They live in their hearts, and they grab something else about you folks.
The thing is, they've got to be still kind of fit, mate, to play. You know, and they just can't get in there.
Colin Johnston and Colin Steen couldn't play on Saturday, couldn't they?
I'll bet you Willie Johnson could still match some of them, mate.
Right, I'm going to go, gentlemen. I'm going to drive through.
What about that wee Willie Johnson battering me up in the Ibrox Lounge? Shocker he is.
Aye, did I know.
You meant to say that live on air? Did he tackle you?
No, he just... I felt the hand on my shoulder, and I turned around and it was Willie Johnson. He says, "Are you Bridgeman that used to go with the Fleet?" And I said, "Aye, what about it?"
My sources tell me somebody went rather red.
Big Bruno, I'm putting my money on. Right, gentlemen, I need to go, man. I've got a breakfast with my name written on it. But you keep up the good work, man. Excellent work. Take care.
Cheers, mate.
I had a wee moment that day. That was just magic for me.
I think Al's point's valid. You know, I mean, we're talking ex-players and legends. It's a term that's thrown about too loosely, but I mean, I think nobody's trying to say that Alex Ray's a legend, a Rangers legend. He's an ex-player. That's a different thing altogether, Fox.
Ex-player, mate, and full-time Rangers supporter, as far as we know, mate. He's always been a bear, and that's one of the things, mate. All the fans love somebody that's been a lifelong Rangers fan to come and play for the club and play well, mate, and he falls into that category, you know.
Aye. Love to dream.
I think you'll find there's a lot of fans kind of keep in mind. If you ask who was the best player that's played at Ibrox in the last number of years, Mr. Laudrup comes into that category every time with everybody. It's saw him. Obviously, you need to see him, you know, but he was a fabulous player for us, wonderful player, and off the field, no problems at all, none at all. But a dirty player on it, apparently.
The best I've ever seen running with a bought his feet bridge, direct.
Yeah, I think a few people that I would go around with anyway would have been myself included, would have been very wary of coming up against a player like Laudrup. He's one of these players that literally could turn you inside out without doing too much. Michael Mols type character, without the body movement that Mols had. You just the awe, and when you see that guy, you know what he's like. This guy's going to skin me, you know. Brilliant player, fabulous player.
Anyway, we've been joined by Denver from Colorado and George as well, mate.
Evening,
right, guys, how are we doing today?
I was going to say evening, brethren, I forgot where I was. Evening, George, evening, Denver.
How you doing, boys, all right?
Sorry, Denver.
All right, guys.
How we doing, George?
Aye, good yourself?
No bad, mate. We'll go to George first, then we'll go to Denver once he gets his composure. What's on your mind, George?
Well, I think what you're saying there, the big Al's saying there, he's probably right as well. I mean, you can see it from loads of different point of view. If you're talking about Laudrup and that, I mean, I think, in my honest opinion, I think Laudrup's got too good as a legend. I actually had this debate with Big Derek Johnson one time. But, I mean, I think Big Derek Johnson, for what he done and that, he's definitely one. McCoy's definitely one. But, guys, I mean, I can take Al's point about Gascoigne 100% agree with that. Also, the point that was made about got him off the park and things like that, I can take that. But when you've got a guy that done what he done for us, like Laudrup, on the park, off the park, still to this day, if you speak to him, he was at a night last Friday there, him and McCoy, him and Ferguson, that absolute gentleman, a nicer guy you'll never meet, talks highly of the club. I think all that's got to go into being a legend for me, Ox. Can you speak to him? I mean, I spoke to we Henderson and that on Saturday. They're all top guys. The way they talk to you, and the way they can talk about Rangers and the way they come across about Rangers, I think that goes a long, long way for to make we guys legends. I think there's a lot of things you've got to take into it. It's not just about what they've done on the park. I think it's about how they conducted themselves as Rangers players before you can talk about legends or no. Like,
When you argue with that, George, yeah. Laudrup, cup final named after him. Player of the season. Carried us for a wee bit, then Gascoigne came in and the team elevated. Scored the goal, got us 9 in a row. Ultimately, it didn't end too well in the next season through circumstances once again. But if somebody turned around and said to me, well, Laudrup was a legend, I wouldn't argue with it, mate. You know, Denver.
I think it's hard.
Denver, what's on your mind, mate?
Hi guys, how we doing?
All right, mate. Yourself, what's on your mind, mate?
Hi. I'm just thinking there, we're missing a wee trick here, you know, with that PR nonsense.
Yep.
What I think we should do is go back. Bridge will remember this: Rangers A versus Rangers B, and we should have got some of the guys some quality match time, and we could have allied that into a Legends game as well, because they can't play for 90 minutes, that mob. So that's what I would have done. I'd have got some Rangers A against Rangers B. Mix it up a wee bit.
All right, I see where you're coming from, aye. I don't know how that would work in modern football with insurance, Denver, if that, how the world's changed madly.
How do you mean?
I don't know if players would be insured to play against players that weren't registered.
Aye, but I'm not talking about guys that are not registered. I'm talking about, the pool of players we've got, Ox, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Use that full pool of players, you know, and get, you know, make some changes at half time and all that, you know.
All right, you know, I picked you up, Rang. I thought you were mixing and matching the players A and B versus with some of the legends playing with them. No, sorry, I picked you up, Rang.
No.
It's the first team versus the reserves.
Aye, I get that, but I thought he was talking about mixing and matching them. Sorry, Denver, I picked you up, Rang.
No, don't worry. I just talk funny, Ox, with being in America, that's all, you know.
No, I can still hear that Bishop Briggs. I can still hear that Bishop Briggs twang.
Fur coat and the knickers and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Aye, so that's what I was thinking, Ox, you know, that might be a good time, you know, to have got some of the guys that have not had game time
and you're not going to get booted off the park with some opposition you don't know about, and then just do a wee off-hour Legends game before it. That's what I was thinking. That'd be a good wee trick. That's what I thought that would be a good idea anyway.
And I think Fox.
Are you guys going to go? You guys going to go to that game on Saturday?
I'll not be there. Fox.
Well, I'll see how the weather is, mate. For me, I've not been keeping well for this last week, so I'll be on the day whether I go or no. I think they also missed a trick, Denver. What they should have done, they should have added in the Erskine mate as well to that charity day, and we could have got 4 Rangers supporters, 2 on each side, to come on for a certain spell, mate. Fans, make somebody's dream come true, where maybe even, say for instance, you get one for follow, one for Rangers Media, and all the boys on them would sponsor them, and their what they raised went to Erskine and added to the charity day, mate. I think that would have been it'd be a dream come true for a lot of boys, mate, to actually go onto the park with some of the people that's playing on Saturday, I remember Jim Hanna talking about it when he played in it, and said it was one of the best feelings he ever had in his life, was running out in the park with them to play, That's
a great idea, Fox. That's great. Do you guys know of any contacts with Rangers, like, behind the scenes and all that? In the PR department and all that?
Well, we used to, but everything's
we don't anymore.
Mate.
We don't anymore.
All right, guys. Well, I need to go. But I just thought I'd run that. I thought that would be, a reasonable idea, and you might get more fun.
We'll take that to Bridge. We'll take it around the panel. Always a pleasure, Denver. You look after yourself, mate.
All the best, guys. All the best.
Cheers, mate.
Keep up the good work, guys. All the best. Bye.
Bye, mate. Bridgeman. A versus B. It wasn't uncommon back in the day, was it?
No, I used to get the Rangers playing the reserves, and it keeps the legs going, and you're playing guys that are hungry, and obviously you're not going to kill each other, But I think the fans would relish that. They would see some of the boys that are coming through. They would see how the lads who are have been on the verge of the team to make sure they're there. Let's see how they can play against their mates and so on and so forth. So, I mean, it was quite good, I'm not saying it was the most popular thing in the world, but I'm just looking at these, when you get these weeks where there's no football for 2 Saturdays, maybe even 3 Saturdays for that matter. It's just crazy, just crazy. However, I've got a Legends game, that's not doing anything for the first team, and it might be doing something for the charities, so I'm not trying to take anything away from it. You could still have like an A versus an A B, an A team and a B team, and still say it's for charity. I don't know how that would work. But, it takes a lot of administration, charity stuff,
Mm-hmm. George? Oh, we lost George.
Sorry, I kept on coming off and on and off and on there. That maybe be a good idea, but I think I'll be going on Saturday. But I think it'll be quite good to see these guys. We've got a wee break for the next couple of weeks. Nobody wants to see it, but it's quite a good idea to get them in. If somebody was saying I think there's 12,000 tickets there, that's not bad. Again, that's not bad for the time of year and things like that. So I would like to think they would maybe go up to paying the gate 12,000, 13,000 a day, 14,000 maybe.
Maybe near 20,000, George. Maybe.
You think so? Do you think we'll get as much as that?
Maybe.
We had fought for nearly 50,000 against AC Milan, sure, George.
Aye,
you remember that Legends game,
Was that not a special one, but?
Maldini and Baresi were playing.
No, I think there was something else. It was something about that game that made it a bit more special than just a bounce game, No, I can't remember what it was, but to get 50,000.
Was it no?
What's that, pal?
Just about the time of the administration bridge.
Aye.
I can't remember. It was something special about it anyway that made the 50,000 turn up. If you follow what I mean. An ordinary charity match, if you're getting 10, anywhere between 10 and 12, maybe even 15,000, you're doing really well. It doesn't matter where it's getting played. But if you're going to get 20,000, my goodness, you're doing... See, 50,000, it's a freak. For a charity match, it's a freak, no matter what you say, unless there's something special about it.
Was that no...
Sorry,
Brad.
No, go on.
I was going to say, was that no price better, if I remember right? Was that no a £5 at the time? I'm trying to think back. I think this game is £12 for adults, which a wee bit steep, I think, you know. You should have made it £5 in full Ibrox, where people could have took 3 or 4 kids along with them, mate. You know, I just don't think we market things well enough. And another opportunity missed again with people like 1872 who are trying to drum up people. What about they could have had 2 picks getting into that and raffled it amongst our members and maybe up to their subscriptions and all. We just don't market things right in this country, you know.
Do we have a proper marketing department? Probably not. We've got a PR that's run by Level 5, is it Level 5 that Jim Traynor owns and runs?
I don't know if he's still there or no, mate. I don't know. I've not heard him for
the last AGM. He was there, right? So
he must still be. But he's no the marketing. He's no marketing.
No, I never said that. It's the same. The marketing. I don't know if we've got a marketing department or someone else comes in and does it. Level 5 used to be, that I know of. They used to be our PR company, and before them it was somebody else. We seem to be lacking in the specialist fields. Obviously, these wee companies have the specialist fields, you know. But a lot of Rangers fans feel the same as what you're saying now. Foxy, you're not alone. It's a voice in the wilderness. It's, you know, what he's doing, Rangers. Where's the PR department? Where's the marketing? Why don't we distribute our own strips and so on? All these things that matter, you know. The fans ask the question continuously.
But what about that, George? If you had a day like that, and when the strip was launched, you've the Legends Day, and you were selling strips as you bought a ticket to go on the turnstile, and you'd Legends there signing strips or giving them out.
Somebody said that last night. I think it was you who said that last night, Ox. That'd be a great idea, by the way. That'd be a great idea. I'm still, even when I meet these guys still, the new, and you meet these guys, there's on Saturday with wee Henderson's there, you see he's met Willie Johnson, that they were on the members' lounge before they went to the game as well. When you actually meet these guys and you hear them talking, they're absolute legends. If you just get 2 minutes with these guys, and they spend 2 minutes with you, they're no fear to spend 2 minutes with you, a wee shake your hand and a wee signature, that would go a long, long way, by the way, Ox. I would just, you'd sell strips, you would do things, we need to start doing things like that. We're miles behind. We're in the dark ages, and I hate to say anything bad about us, but we're in the dark ages when it comes to things like that. We need to be one of these clubs that are doing things first. Again, instead of letting other folk do it and then we're following. We need to start becoming the leaders again, Ox. And that's a great idea for us to start doing that, or somebody to start doing that for us. You're not expecting Loudrup to be there every week, but...
No, well, why not?
Oh, special days, mate, innit?
Aye.
Special days for it, you know.
Launch of the new strip, get them all there, get them. Then the club might have to pay them to come in an official capacity, do stuff, but they'll get their money back if they get it right, eh?
Well, there's the one last Friday at the Hilton in last Friday at Hilton in Glasgow. Loudrup was there, Big Boyd was there, Amaruso was there, and Barry Ferguson was there. You had to get a table. Again, you couldn't just go individual. Had to get a table to go. It was a Rangers night, but it wasn't really. I mean, not a lot of folk knew about it, to be honest. But it was obviously
Legends night. It was a Legends night. The boy next to us in the Copeland rear, he was showing some photographs he got taken, some selfies with the fans or with the players, the legends. He said it was a marvellous night. The place was mob jumping, absolutely.
The way they done it, Bridges, they came round the tables. So you had a spare seat at your table. You had 10 seats at your table, and there was 9 folks at the table. And Loudrup came round, Barry Ferguson round, and sat at your table, had a blather with you.
They circulate, they make themselves known to you, let you get asking as many questions as you want, you know.
That goes a long way.
Did they read out my apology, George?
Aye, they said, aye. They were waiting.
Thanks very much, mate.
They said, we can't make it tonight, so it was all right.
They did read out my apology. What are you like?
I was doing the cloakroom. Bridge.
There's no big point in the exchange. Brilliant.
Anyway, we'll move on. But some of the guys that's playing, and I take Big Al's point, you know. But we move on to two midfielders of different eras and truly class players. One played at a high level, one through circumstances we don't know where it ended up. Ian Durrant and Pedro Mendes are meant to be playing. Now, there's a couple of football players, Georgia.
Really top class. I mean, Mendes was a cracking player when he came to Rangers. I mean, absolutely cracking. Ian Durrant was just slightly before I actually started going to the games all the time, if you know what I mean. It was...
All right, okay. I forget how young you are, George. Did you typing?
I didn't look at it. But I just think that, two cracking players. Some lineup box.
Durant came into your team as a young man, and he had a unique talent of getting in the box late, and he worked hard, he covered a lot of ground, seen a pass, made things happen. Very effective player, very, very, very intelligent football player. Fox.
A real defensive midfielder, mate, who could score goals, great vision. I think he kind of plotted his copybook with me when he recommended, I think, mate, Pedro, mate. What'd you call him? How much away?
Caixinha.
Aye, but who?
Are you talking about Mendes?
Pedro Caixinha.
Well, Mendes was the agent, was he not?
That's right. We recommended Caixinha.
No, we're talking about Durant.
I think you were talking about Mendes there, mate.
No,
sorry.
we're talking about Durant.
Oh, Ian Durrant was a terrific young prospect, mate, who got cut short in the prime of his life, mate, with that horrendous tackle up at Aberdeen, mate. He would have been not only a great Rangers star, mate, but I think he was about the Scotland team then at that time, mate. He would have grown as a player in that as well when we all supported Scotland, mate. He would have been one of Scotland's top players, Ian Durrant.
I'll let you take the Mendes one then. No.
Oh, well, we were talking about men. No, but I hope, mate, when they're here, they're doing a bit of training up knocking away, mate. And some of the players on our side, could learn a lot from some of the players that's there, mate. They should have a wee bounce game up there, and people like Mendes and Albert.
The first team might get beat.
But they could surely show them what it's like to be a top player, mate. They could all learn, every one in our team could all learn from some of the legends, mate. And I hope Graham Murty had the brains, mate, to say, come out and watch these guys what they do with the ball. Even at the ages they are now, I'll bet you some of them, the pace wouldn't be as bad, but the gift of what they've been given as footballers could be shown to some of our players, you know.
My fifth comment, mate. I wouldn't like them to play their first team, mate. I don't know how that would go. Ulster?
I'd probably be embarrassing for them.
Well, there's one thing about Saturday. Unless it's a draw, we'll kill that Rangers at home. One of the two Rangers teams is going to win. You could come here, Ulster. Yeah, you could come here and he's winning at Ibrox.
Aye, nothing eats draw.
Oh, man. Yeah. And the Durant, obviously, I think Durant is a bit before my time, but it's another one. You're watching footage and you see the capabilities he had, but I think everyone knows, obviously, after that bad injury, things probably didn't work out too good for him after that. He never came back the same player, but if you speak to any older boys or any of the boys like yourselves in the lobby, I'm sure you have great things to say about him and his potential. And obviously, he done a lot of great work behind the scenes for years for Rangers as well. Not there now, but he done some good work for us. And then Pedro Mendes, again, probably more in my era. I've never seen anyone who can hit a ball just as clean and as true as him, especially when they were coming across him. That one with Davis passes it out and he smashes the parquet. that's a really hard thing to do, and he seemed to do it with absolute ease. So great player. And another one probably we got towards the end of his career. He had a good career down in England as well, but it was a pleasure to see him, and some of his goals he scored for us were fantastic. Some good, memorable ones.
Yeah, as a player, fantastic, Pedro Mendes, but I just wish you hadn't recommended Pedro Cucina to our club. There we go.
That's a fair comment.
Nothing against Pedro personally, but as a football manager, he never cutted it for me at our club. Memories of Durant, Bridgman?
Well, I think the most vivid memory of Durant is, unfortunately, it's a very negative one. That's when he was attacked. Nothing short of anything other than that. He was attacked, and I don't know. I don't even think the guy got booked. I'm not really sure if he did get booked or not. I don't really care. As far as I'm concerned, that is what's still happening to Rangers players are now, not quite as bad as that. But that attitude against Rangers, the dislike, disdain that the other players hold the Rangers fans, and maybe even the hatred, it's still ongoing in Scottish football. That aside, it was a dreadful tackle and a dreadful blight on his career. Because I'll go further than what Fox said. I think that Durant had the capability and the ability to actually strut his stuff on the world stage. That's how good he would have been had that not happened to him. What a wonderful exponent of being a good inside forward, shall we say, because that's basically what he was. He was just great. Just a great player. Really, really clever player. Cut short.
See, the thing about Durant, for me, arguably one of his best seasons was the 92-93 season when we were robbed of being in the final European Cup. And we were robbed, literally. I thought Durant was immense in the Champions League game. When we were up a level and it was in Europe, I think Durant's class told. Sometimes in the hurly-burly of Scottish football, against, if you like, the hammer throwers, like a lot of class players, didn't he? But that particular season, I thought he was immense in the Champions League run. But that's just a personal view. Other people might see it different. Mendes, George, good player face. Him and Stephen Davis in the midfield, superb.
Oh, top class. I was just thinking there when also was talking, Ken, about the goal against them. But then the one, I think it was the week before against I think it was even better, by the way, against Inverness, and he scored one against. I can't remember him ever just scoring a tap in.
Partick Thistle has scored some goal, didn't he? And all.
Partick Thistle has scored a screamer as well. That's what I'm saying. Inverness one. So there were all screamers who scored, but he was a cracking player as well. He liked to take the ball, play football. He was a right good player. See if we'd got him. We always seem to say this, it's Scottish football mentality. But if we got him a couple of years earlier, we would have known. But he was playing on a good team, but Ox. He was playing on a right cracking team. The midfield was probably him, Kevin Thompson, and Stephen
Davis. Yeah,
and that was some midfield at the time. And then he was a cracking player. I really like Pedro Mendes. And see the thing about folk are saying that about the Pedro Cairo and inviting Pedro to be our manager. He probably thought Pedro was an alright manager at the end of the day. So I kind of, even the thing about McCoy, I kind of hold it against any of these guys. These guys done a great job for us and a great turn for us, and especially with him, the screamer he scored against Celtic. There, he made in a laughing stock that day. Absolute laughing stock. I can still see
some
it.
Goal.
Oh, screamer! I think the ball for Steve Davis was just equally as good. Ken, the ball was direct exactly where he wanted, and they pointed it both. Right in the bottom corner. That was a screamer of a goal. I'll never forget that. So things like that will go a long way for me, Ox.
I remember Pedro Mendes getting a right severe injury, mate. Was it against Tottenham when the boy Thatcher clattered into him? Well, didn't he clatter? He elbowed him, mate, and Mendes was out for a while. He was on the deck for a long time, mate. I think that Ben Thatcher got the books rotten at him. I don't know if you remember. I think he was with Portsmouth at the time.
That was horrific.
Remember that, Bridge? Aye. He was lucky to survive that, you know.
Was that against Wigan? Was it, Fox?
Was it Wigan? I don't know. Some came into my head there about Tottenham. I might have been wrong, but you know.
The boy absolutely wiped him out.
I think he was playing for Tottenham at the time.
Yeah, he was. It was as a boy, but boy Thatcher, wasn't it?
Aye, Thatcher.
Aye. Oh, what a shocker! That should have. I don't know what happened to that guy. To be honest, can't remember. But
I've never been a fan of Thatcher's.
No, but he should never have played football again. Really, that was a dreadful. That was a physical assault, you know. I'll
tell you, it wasn't Tottenham. It was Man City, mate. I think he played for Thatcher.
Maybe old school. If he's on the ball, he might get that one. Sure, is it?
I don't know. Look it up. I don't know. You just carry on.
Don't you go anywhere, because we're going to have to change the subject slightly, and you've got something to play, ain't you?
Ever?
Aye.
No, I know.
A goal?
No, I never found that, mate. Sorry.
Oh, one job he's had to do all day, George.
Can't get a staff, Fox, eh?
No, this you're allowed to work on for as long as you like. I think it should be illegal.
I'll quite easily retire if you want me.
Have you found your phone yet?
Can I just say, while you're talking old school, we were talking about that dreadful tackle or assault that Ben Thatcher did on Pedro Mendes. I wondered if you get your hands on that and show it in the lobby. Old school's just asking us about
when it was. Fox, you found your phone yet?
No.
You'll enjoy it when you find it.
Probably.
It made me laugh. Anyway, we're going to change it slightly because it was on this day and it happened on this day. George, any ideas?
The Charlie Adams goal?
No.
No, I've not got any ideas then.
I'll give you a clue. 9 men ring a bell.
Oh, was it that goal? All right. Aye, that was some date. Kenny Miller.
Aye.
Against St Mirren.
Yep.
And the wee pigeon or the bird following the ball, telling the ball to go into the net.
You pointed that before. If All School could get that one, Kenny Miller's goal in the League Cup final 2010, it was the last game we actually played on this day. Rangers won. St Mirren 0. We'd have been in my favourites, but we were doing the 9 men when Kevin Thompson.
He gets sent off.
Should never get sent off. Oh, it was a liberty.
Another liberty.
Kevin wasn't that type of player. Smashing guy, Kevin Thompson. And obviously, that's my point. Danny Wilson gets sent off as well. After 71 minutes, we're down to 9 men, nothing each. You're thinking, no got a chance here. And you're thinking, gets to extra time, where it gets to about 5 minutes to go, you're thinking, extra time and penalties is your best hope, but can we hold out in 90 minutes, another 30 minutes with 9 men? What's your memories of that, thoughts?
I think, was it no Stephen Naismith that broke up the park with the ball, mate, and chipped it in for Kenny?
Yeah, that's correct. If I remember right, Davy Weir brought it to defence.
But I can remember Stephen Naismith galloping down on the right hand side, mate, and putting an absolutely perfect ball, and Kenny Miller bulleted it into the net, mate. I can remember that. That's most. I can remember Kevin Thompson getting sent off. I didn't remember who it was. Danny Wilson. It was the other one, right enough. But much relief, mate, to a lot of Bears that were at that game, because it did look as though St Mirren would eventually overrun us, you know. Still there, up?
Ulster, it was what a header it was with Kenny Miller, eh?
Yeah. It seemed past the score, didn't they? From from that angle, but he just headed it perfect. He couldn't head it any better.
It was a wee bird. It was a wee bird that
The
showed him where to go.
Yeah, I thought our goose was cooked, to be honest. There's no way we're going to get out of this one, you know. But we did, and that was typical of Walter's side, I suppose. You know, you got yourself in these positions, but they seem to do enough to win games, and we've seen that over the years. And we're in the bar, in the local bar, and the place went absolutely mental when that goal went in. Fantastic! What a memory! Really.
Can I just? All School was on Dana Bridge. He was on mute. He heard his name mentioned, but All School, if you could get, is the any chance Kenny Miller's winning goal in the 2010 League Cup final when we made 9 men against St Mirren. If you could maybe put it in the lobby, that'd be fantastic. Memories,
and the Ben Thatcher tackle on Pedro Mendes, if you can get that as well. Oh, memories, absolutely. I'll never forget that wee bird hovering about the ball. It was just
not the first time you've said that, is it?
I wouldn't say any more about birds. But seriously, just amazing. Just amazing. It's exhilaration. We were watching our team getting, to all intents and purposes, immense pressure from St Mirren of all teams. And my goodness gracious, we didn't think we were going to survive. We wanted to, can we survive, and all of a sudden a chance comes up, and Kenny Miller, lovely header to the far post. Absolutely brilliant. Just brilliant. Once again, may I say, Kenny Miller did it. So it's not
one of my all-time favourites.
Yeah, I know.
George?
I mean, that was going back to that, like you say, coming up to the 90th minute, 30 minutes still to play. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen. I'm sure that was the day. Was that the day that Walter Smith kicked off with Durant and sent him down? I'm sure that was. I can't remember anyway. But you think to yourself, another 30 minutes with 9 men. I don't know if you'll be able to hold off. But looking back then, that was that no surrender attitude, Ox. Again, that's what we need to try and get into these players now. That was just. It was all set up for it to happen the way it happened. And like you say, I think it was Naismith. It was Bertland on the other side, thinking I'm going to get this, and then boom, and the place just erupted. I didn't actually realise that was the only game that happened this day, to be honest, folks.
It was the last day. You have to go back. We've not played a game since then on this day.
On this day, sorry. All right.
The Rangers team that day was Neil Alexander, Davy Weir, Sasa Papac, Stevie Whittaker, Danny Wilson, Lee McCulloch, Stephen Davis, Kevin Thompson, Chris Boyd, Nacho Novo and Kenny Miller. Subs, Maurice Edu, Stephen Naismith and Stevie Smith.
See, if you're on that, mate, was the referee that day know that fucking Craig Thompson, mate?
Don't know, mate. There's a gear refs on here, mate.
I don't know. Well,
no. Could tell you.
It wouldn't have been any surprise if it was some mate sending 2 Rangers players off anyway, would it?
No. But that was some result, really. 9 men, Fox, in a cup final against 11.
Aye, without a doubt, mate. I think it was one of the ones everybody thought that we couldn't win it, mate, when we went down to take 9 men, you know. But as George was saying there, these teams had a lot of spirit in them when they played for Rangers, and they still managed to come up with a winner just at the end of the game. Absolutely superb.
In the defence, I think Lee McCulloch went back in and played, sat with Davy Weir, you know, so we had a lot of, still had physicality there and kept our shape and were disciplined, and that's testament to that group of players. The vast majority of them were Scottish, mate. In fact, I'll have a look. I think it was only Edu. And Stephen Davis, obviously. But he's, a Scottish Ulster, isn't he?
What's that?
Papac. Nacho Novo. Edu. When you go Ulster?
No, I know where you're coming from there, yeah. A Rangers lad. So I will say Ulster Scots. Coleman Ulster Scots.
Yeah. What a player, mate. What a player. Obviously, Southampton's not the greatest season this season, but Stephen Davis, absolutely. Arguably the best player that's come out of Northern Ireland in their generation, mate.
Yep. Oh, 100%, definitely. Fantastic. I'm actually going, I know with Mike Bradley's the best, but I'm going to this friendly in South Korea, so I get a chance to watch him so well. But yeah, he's definitely the best player we've had for a long time. If you watch any of our games, especially for our World Cup run there in the qualifiers, and then getting us to the Euros, he was pivotal to that. If we didn't have Stephen Davis, I'm confident to say we wouldn't have made the Euros. To be honest, everybody played their part, but Stephen Davis was the glue that kept that team together. Definitely.
Would you take him back in the Rangers side now?
I'd take him back.
His career, yeah.
I'd take it back. That's what I was saying. There's boys there, when they were talking about Goss and obviously Davis, and they were saying, they would probably have Goss over Davis, which surprised me a lot because Goss hasn't done really much in the game, but he is a good prospect. But Stephen Davis for me is something different, and I'm lucky and I'm fortunate enough that I get to watch him from the country Fox, and he's different class, and he's still different class, and he's especially last season for Southampton, still big in their plans, was captain. So I think if there was an opportunity there, it would be mad not to take Rangers up on it, Stephen Davis up on it, because I think he would give it still a lot of seasons, at least 2 or 3 good seasons you'd get out of Stephen Davis.
And we talk about Durant, there's a lot of similarities there with the intelligence of Stephen Davis, George.
I thought Stephen Davis was a cracking player for us all. Fox is asking the question, would you take him back? I'd take him back in a second. I mean, I think B. Goss is a cracking player, don't get me wrong, probably one for the future as well. We'll probably get another good 7, 8, 9, 10 years out of that laddie, but for my honest opinion, I mean, if we could get somebody like Stephen Davis back into the Rangers team, I would take him in a split second. I think he was just a wee warrior for us. I mean, he wasn't the most skillful player in the whole wide world, but he never shucked a tackle. He was always there. He was always committed to everything. I'll take him back in a split second. And I kind of lot of people keep on going back. Oh, he can't keep going back. He can't keep going back. But there's certain people where, in my honest opinion, if you could just slot that person back into that midfield, I would take him in a second. I think he would just run the show up here still. Again, even at the age he's at now. What age is he? Maybe 32? Is he?
32 or 33, I think. But yeah, anyway, you're right.
That goes in the lobby. Kenny Miller's goals in the lobby.
Look at the bird. You can see the wee bird. Fantastic.
It's always birds with Bridgeman. What a goal.
What a time, man. Walter was great that day. He was very effective.
Was it no actually McCoist that was in charge of the team, mate?
Yes, he was. He was in charge of all the cup games, remember? But Walter had to come down.
I remember that clip George is talking about where he hits Gerard in the heat and sends him scurrying down the stairs. Is that the same game? Right enough, George?
I thought that was at Ibrox, but you might be right. And I think that Walter came down and Ali took a back seat and we ended up winning that game. It's just amazing stuff what Walter did. I don't know, he cast a spell on him, I don't know, fear or whatever.
Anyway, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening. Shout outs, George.
Oh, good show. I could go on and talk about all these guys, these legends. I'm Kenya. We try to cover a show tonight, but I could honestly talk about all these guys, Laudrup, Gascoigne, and all these folk new are talking about these games. I could talk about that all night, Ox. I really could. Brilliant. Just goes to show what the club really means to everybody.
It's always good fun, mate. And everybody sees it slightly different, how ex-players, but they thought of them, it's always good to get everybody's point of view. Ulster.
Yes, good discussing today, good points and talking about old players. No, I enjoyed tonight's show, and if I can do anything, I'll maybe try to jump on the pitch or something and talk to David, see if I can convince him.
Here. Fox.
just want to say thanks very much for everybody taking part in the lobby and everybody out there in listener land.
Bridgman.
Well, what can I say? It's been another smashing night. Great discussions, good topics. Well done for getting the topics going there, Oxter. Well done to you for that. It was really good. And it's great to take part, and George coming in and giving us some verbal on that as well. Absolutely brilliant. And I just loved it. Superb. And to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here, on Rangers Radio, every one of us, please keep it going for the Rangers, because we need it. Keep it going.
Yep. Thanks very much, Bridge. Can also thank yourself, Fox, George and Ulster. Also thank Denver Bear and Big Al for calling in, help make the show. The boys in the lobby for taking part, and everybody that listens to Rangers Radio. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11. Take it away, Fox.